Yeah, man. Let's go ahead. Let's go into how you would build your perfect protagonist.
I'm gonna let you. Do you want to go first, or you want me to go first?
No, I'm gonna let you go because I already know you probably went a little more detailed than I did, or at least yours is probably a little more nuanced than
I got two parts to this. But check this out, right?
Okay.
I can see in my world, right? Let's say me, TJ, I decided to pivot one day, be like, fuck all this software engineering, fuck martial arts. I want to be a mangaka. Which oddly enough, there was a point in my life where I did want to be a comic book artist, but and also I love martial arts and I enjoy being a software engineer. Hopefully no one hears this and be like, oh, is that the case? And all of a sudden I was like, hey, I really need this podcast to work out.
Right.
But I can see my protagonist being a heteromorph. Or it's like a world where animals are able to speak like humans or have human-like attributes, right? My ideal protagonist would be a gray cat named Gak, which is an acronym for gray ass cat. Now, mind you, right? There's something off about our protagonist, Gak. What is it, you ask? He's not like the other cats, right? For Gak has a gun for a butthole, right? Stay with me, 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 right? So every time he has to drop a deuce, it gets shot out. The title of the series, Shooting the Shit.
I hate you, TJ. I hate you so much.
No, bro, the whole thing was a goof. I did that. I just wanted to get that reaction from you. Oh man! Oh, man.
Shooting the shit.
I'm sorry. Dad joke. Not a dad,
that was
but
funny.
The dad joke was strong. No, like for me, my ideal protagonist would straight up gotta be black. Let's just get out of the way. I don't really care about the gender because I feel like you can do anything with whatever. You feel me? Gotta be black. I don't need it to be my parents are dead. You know what I mean? Like some tragic happened or like single parent or whatever. It's like it could be whatever. They could be a fully realized adult, could be childhood or whatever. But it's like I low-key want my protagonist to be average, but I also like high-key want them to be, I don't want to say hyper intelligent or genius, but it's like they got to be logical. So contrary to popular belief, Matt, they would not be a bleeding heart. It's like if my protagonist were Batman, Joker would have been dead. Let's just leave it at that.
Okay.
that's
like this guy.
That's what I'm thinking. It's like, and then the other part of it too is like I fuck with Sentai, Super Sentai. That's an S, not an H. Chill, right? I'm sorry. Just realized what I said. Just realized what I said. But it's like I fuck with Super Sentai and Kamen Rider, like the Power Rangers, Mask Rider shit. So it's like, and then Gundam too. So it's like there's got to be a sci-fi and mecha element to my character, right? So it's like ideally my character, they're black, they're intelligent, right? They either have both of their parents or they're single parent, but it's like I don't want it to be like some type of tragic shit. You know what I'm saying? It's not like, oh, my parents are dead, so I have this vendetta. No, it's like you lived an average life. You either stumbled on some tech that changed the game for you, or you developed this technology yourself. I don't know, right? I haven't thought about it that far yet, but I want them to be able to transform into some suit, and I don't want it to be like some Iron Man shit. It's like, no, bro. Like, let this just be like some magical tech shit like Power Rangers or Kamen Riders. Like, okay, you got this dope ass suit and you have a mecha too. Like, that's what I'm looking for. And it's like, I say average in the sense that they aren't just gifted with this ability to fight. It's like, oh, turns out my character has been training their entire life, passively and somewhat actively. It's like they're the one in the gym where it's like they could compete, but they don't want to. But they got the skills to pay the bills. They got the skills to defend themselves, so on and so forth. So it's like, for me, the ideal protagonist, they got the logic, they got the emotional sides too. But there should, other than like the whole mecha suit and like the suit that they can summon with whatever item or technique they use to transform, right? Other than those elements, everything else that they can do, like it didn't come out of nowhere. It's like a skill that they built over time or that they just had, right? There's nothing innate. It's like, it's low-key like on some Rock Lee taijutsu shit. It's like, I want to be able to show to this character, it's like, no, everything they got, they worked for to a certain degree. But like, that would be like my ideal protagonist, like less like the, I wouldn't say it's like the battle shonen or the detective shonen or even like this the magical shonen. It's more like on the sci-fi type shit, but like still very grounded in reality. That's what I feel for me. But I also would like to give a shout out to my series called Shooting the Shit. It's like, Netflix, Crunchyroll, get at me. I'm kidding.
Right. Holla at them. Get the script. Let's get it.
But no, how about you, bro?
I would take some of the same things that you have. I think I would have a character that would be, I would want everything he did, not necessarily to be rooted in logic, but just like, and so I want my character to be a character that has like an internal struggle, but not like a real one in terms of like.
Got it. Guts from
yeah. He's not. Wow. Yeah. He's funny as hell. No, but not like that. But like his internal struggle, right, is that like there's like this guy, he like mastered pretty much like most of whoever his teacher was like he pretty much everything he's supposed to do, he's done it. And it's like, I've achieved everything I can achieve. What can I achieve now? And his teacher tells him perfection. And the manga is just about him chasing something that is not, that he will never get.
Right.
You hear what I'm saying? But because of the pursuit of perfection leads the character on, you know, different path or whatever. Obviously, I'd have it be like some sort of like battle shonen type situation. Maybe not like Monster of the Week, but definitely something like that. And like everything would be en route to like performing everything perfectly. You know what I'm saying? Because just the pursuit of that, the amount of training, the amount of hours, and then that's where it's like you kind of get the Rock Lee-esque thing. Like, no, like it's perfection from the way that I train to the way that, you know what I'm saying, you use your training and stuff like that. Like, so like, which is like, you know, like Rock Lee Ippo type shit. Like, I'll do this every day for this amount of time until I can do it perfectly. And if I can't do it perfectly, then I'll do it until I can do it perfectly. And it's like, you know, I think it makes space for like the comedic, some like comedic type shit was like some day and night shit where it was like I remember early on in the Naruto series, like when we would be seeing like some of those side stories and shit with like Lee and Guy, like Lee would be like, I'm going to perform 300 kicks before I touch the ground. And if I can't perform 300 kicks before I touch the ground, then I'll do 200 push-ups in 60 seconds. And if ridiculous. I can't do 200 push-ups in 60 seconds, then I'll do 1,001 thing. Like that shit, like he just continues to escalate it. And like sort of to a degree having like that nearly like an OCD level of like chase of perfection to like the degree of like the kid from, what is this thing? I forget the manga. I forget the anime. But it's like, it's the one that was made by the same author that did Fire Force. I forget the name of it.
Soul Eater?
Soul Eater. Yeah, like kid from Soul Eater was like thing, you know, like symmetrical lines and shit.
Right.
Shit. Like definitely not to that degree, but just something along those lines. But I think more or less like it'd be a character like that. Definitely not like a bleeding heart, but he wouldn't be like a really mean guy. Like he wouldn't be somebody that's overly aggressive.
Readers will have to be able to identify with the protagonist to a certain degree, right?
Right. Like, I mean, his thing is like he isn't perfect, right?
Right.
But it's not even really the obsession of chasing perfection, but like I don't know. For me, like part of my joy within martial arts and like in boxing and stuff like that is like the pursuit of like tightening things up, sharpening your skills and shit like that. And like knowing like the basics are super important. You know what I'm saying? And like definitely having different levels of things happen within the manga where like the characters like he did do this perfectly or he did do that perfectly. It may not be all of the stuff he does, but like being fundamentally sound can beat people that are more skilled more times than you would believe. You know what I'm saying? Just because like their fundamentals are just that good. Like pure fundamentals is what beat Canelo 2 weeks ago. You know what I'm saying? Just pure fundamentals, nothing else. And like, you know, I just would want to do like a series or something like that that just emphasizes that like this guy isn't the strongest person. He isn't the fastest guy. You know, he wasn't the fastest or anything like that, but he was just the most steadfast in like technique. Like technique was his thing type thing. So I don't know. that would be more or less like the character that I would create if I could make one.
Listen, if this podcast doesn't work out, I'm kidding. I'm not going to put that to you. I cancel that. But Netflix, Crunchyroll, get at us. We know you're listening. Eventually, we'll stumble across a clip or something like that. But check us out, man. We got ideas out here.